Hey guys, how are you? My wife, she's freaking out over here. Be quiet, buddy. Trying to go live right now. She's like, what if the kids are loud? I'm like, I don't care. Um, Time for a couple updates of things that happened today, and not so much updates, but more just kind of some lessons and some advice of the parameters we're working with in terms of meetings, open meeting laws, how the process we use to push through or get mandates and things like that approved and adopted in our city. First and foremost, I feel like I need to address a couple things. One is the mayor of Sioux Falls, or the mayor of any city really, does not have say over how a private business runs their operation. So you can't even believe how many folks have reached out to my office, just, I don't know, for lack of a better term, tattletaling on their employer and saying they don't have enough Purell, and we're sitting too close to each other, and can you call our business or get involved in this business? And that's really not my role. I can't get involved in all the businesses, how they're running their operations. I know most of you guys know that. I get a lot of those questions every day, and people want me to get involved in that. So that's why when we have press conferences, we're really just talking about business owners, please practice these practices. We're recommending these, and we're asking you to take those very seriously. So that's something that I will continue to talk about a lot. The other thing, and I want to make sure I clear this up as well, in this entire process, I have never mentioned a business, mentioned a specific business. Everybody who reaches out to me said, you need to look into that business, you need to look into that business. I said, listen, they're open, they can operate, but the patrons probably shouldn't be going there, and the businesses should be operating with a heightened level of responsibility. So I have never called out a business specifically. I have never posted a photo that specifically shows a specific business, signage, anything. And so I would never do that. I think that's a classless move. And so I will continue to support our business community, of course, through this process. I'm a former restaurant owner myself, understand how hard it is in the bar and restaurant industry right now. I get it. I understand it. I am entirely empathetic towards it. And we're going to help you guys. I promise you. There is a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package in the House, in Congress, excuse me, that's being worked on right now. Help is coming, okay? Help is coming for our small business community. I had a chance to talk with Senator Mike Rounds on that yesterday. He's very supportive of the steps we're taking in Sioux Falls. He thinks we're doing the right things in Sioux Falls. So I want to talk a little bit about meetings and how we can run meetings in our city. So we are governed by some state laws of how we run meetings. So for instance, today we had a Board of Health meeting at 2 o'clock. That's a public meeting. And so in order to have that meeting, we need to post the agenda of that meeting 24 hours in advance. That's called noticing the meeting. So if I want to have a Board of Health meeting tomorrow at 2, I would have had to have posted the agenda and everything we want to cover by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And so we can't just call meetings on the fly, say let's meet tomorrow at 8 a.m. and because that doesn't give the public adequate notice to attend those meetings. That's the parameters you work within, and so why sometimes things move at the speed of government a little bit here. Those are the laws that we're governed by. So I had hoped actually that we would be able to have a Board of Health meeting tomorrow, because we had one this afternoon from 2 to about 3:30, but that would mean we'd have to have noticed the meeting by 4 or 4:30 to have it at 4 or 4:30 tomorrow, and we still have to prepare what we want to put on that meeting, which we'll be doing tomorrow to notice the meeting probably for Thursday. That is way more than you probably care about, but that's how we have to operate within law. And I share all this because we are all learning these things on the fly together, myself included. In some ways, I rely a lot on some of the attorneys in my office to keep me on the rails because I want to go on stuff. I want to move. I don't like to dilly-dally around. That's just my DNA. And that sometimes flies in the face of how we move in government. So they're keeping me on the rails to make sure that happens. I will say that I expect our Board of Health, our Board of Health will be hearing some recommendations from the city of Sioux Falls to create some restrictions and some limitations on certain businesses. I'm not saying it's going to be mandated closures or anything like that, but it is going to be an enhanced level that we're going to be taking with the business community. And here's why. I believe strongly, based on conversations today that I had with some of our healthcare partners and the information the school district put out about a teacher at Laura Wilder, that we have now moved to level 2 of community response for COVID. There's 3 levels. First level is none. There's no activity. You're just supposed to practice social distancing and good hygiene and all that stuff. Level 2 is when you have a case of confirmed community spread. Okay. Level 3 is 5 or more cases of confirmed community spread. I believe we're quickly getting to level 2, and it may be there already. Ozzy, that's my dog ringing the bell. He wants to go out. Yeah, pick him up. Ozzy can't go out right now. And level 3, like I said, would be 5 or more. So our Board of Health is going to be made aware of that and is going to have some enhanced recommendations that are going to come from my office and the Public Health Office to our Board of Health to see if there's some more measures that they want to take. And if they do take those, then it goes to our City Council to enact. So that's the other layer of government we have in this, is the City Council has to approve any measures that the Board of Health would recommend. So a lot of people are lobbying me on things. I want to make sure that you know the power your city councilors have. You need to be reaching out to them with your opinions and your thoughts. I'm getting thousands of them a day. I know probably even some of the things I've just said have made me extremely unpopular with people. I get it. I got people mad at me all day long right now. And it probably means I'm doing a few things right. I'm doing a few things wrong. I read all your messages. I try to respond when I can. I thank you for that. So that's what's going on. That's how we have to run meetings. My family cannot be any louder right now. So I'm going to go and have a good night. We'll talk to you guys soon, likely tomorrow. Have a blessed night. See ya.